Hello everybody, welcome to the fifth video of Supply Chain Management series. The video titled Principles of Supply Chain Management. Like any other field of study, supply chain has its own set of principles. We rightly call them the 7 golden rules of supply chain management. Firstly, what is a principle? A principle can be simply put forward as the underlying statement around which any operation will have to be carried around. Maybe it is how things should work out in that area of study. Like a principle is the governing rule of how things will happen or things will have to happen. Like all other fields, supply chain has its own principles that have been presented to you as a diagram. The principle number 1 is identify the kinds of customers that you want to target and look at what they need. So the first step in supply chain management, or the first principle of supply chain management, is to identify the right customer. Before we do anything in supply chain management, it is very important that we identify who is that target customer, who is that particular customer for whom we are manufacturing our product, or who is that target customer for whom all our operations are going to be centered around. So once the target customer is identified, we'll have to look into what is essentially needed by that customer. What is that particular commodity, good or service that the target customer wants? And then we'll have to structure all our operations based on the identified need. The second principle is develop and customize a logistics network for each of those customer segments. Depending on the customer segment, the logistic network will also vary. Suppose your target customer is going to be oldest people who are going to be retired people. You're starting a medicine company. You're starting a pharmacy for retired people. Your business intends to deliver medicines, then you cannot expect them to come to your shop and collect medicines. But instead, if you opt for going and delivering the medicine at their doorstep, they would enjoy. Like if they order the right medicine and you have a person to go deliver it at their doorstep, being old aged people, they'd be more than happy with the process. On the other hand, you are planning to have a toy store, or you are planning to come into furniture business. In that case, much more than delivering it to the door of your customer, the customer would enjoy the experience of coming to your store. The customer would enjoy the experience of coming to your place, having the experience of how the product looks, feels, how it satisfies the need of them, and that will be their preference. So, depending on the customer segment, the logistics network will also have to be developed and customized. No one model will fit everybody. The third principle is check the pulse of the market and current demand trends. Demand will vary with time, trend will vary with time. It is important that you are properly aware of the business trend to at least merely exist in the market. If you're going to do a product or service, or if you're going to be the supply chain player of a product or service that has more value in the market, that is not at all in trend, then you're not going to succeed at your business. The fourth principle is differentiate how the delivery regulations would change the closer they get to a particular segment and adapt accordingly. So the regulations of delivery will vary between different places. Within a country, different states will have different delivery regulations, or different countries would have different delivery regulations. So it is very important that we understand what are the delivery regulations that are operating at that particular vicinity and make sure we are adhering to all those. The fifth principle is manage your outsourcing carefully. Avoid owning too many components of the supply chain in-house. So, in the new age, you cannot believe, or you cannot even assume that you can do everything. Nobody here can do anything and everything all by themselves. So outsourcing would be an intelligent option. For anything that is beyond our prowess, for anything that is beyond our limits, instead of rather going and trying it, we can intelligently outsource it so that the work becomes easier and the work becomes more efficient. The sixth principle is opt for technical support that specializes in curating, managing, and monitoring various points of the supply chain. So, anywhere and everywhere that you want technical support, there's nothing wrong in incorporating technology towards making the process easier. So, it's very important that at all the possible points in the supply chain, we opt for appropriate technical support, we opt for technical assistance in effectively managing the process, to monitor the process, to ensure that the process is error free, to ensure that the process is running in the right way. Find ways to measure the performance of supply chain. Establish a method that allows you to do regular checks. This is the seventh principle. Only when a process performs effectively, it will succeed. So we'll definitely have to have checkpoints. We'll definitely have to have a matrix, a matrix to check whether everything is happening the right way. We'll definitely have to have a checklist that will allow us to know that everything happening in the supply chain is happening in the right way. So, like any other process, supply chain should also undergo a lot of quality checks in every possible stage with respect to every possible partner in the supply chain. There has to be stringent delivery mechanisms so that the supply chain process operates error free, thereby creating a goodwill to the customer and also reducing the cost involved in the business at the end. So, I hope all the 7 golden principles of supply chain management have been made clear. Looking forward to engage with you in more informative videos later.